Hey there, Zeppelin fans. Today we'll do a lesson on Black Dog from the 4th album. And it's a little bit complicated, so I'll get right into it. It's in A, in standard tuning. And this is kind of a one guitar arrangement, probably closer to the live versions than the one on the album. Just because on the album I think there's, I don't know, 3 or 4 guitars all going at the same time. You know, at the end they're doing like harmony riffs and stuff. But we'll just concentrate on the one, so if you were going to do it in the bar, you could get away with it with one guitar. So it's in A, and it starts like this. The first note of the riff, well, here's the riff. So that starts on the A string at the 7th fret, then walks up 5, 6, 7 on the D, and then goes back to that first note again, the A string at the 7th fret. So A, 7, D goes 5, 6, 7, and then back to A7. So decide for yourself which fingers work best. I mean, on that last note, you have to, you're going with the same finger. I do it with the same finger, but I guess you could do. So you could do it with your middle finger, but I use my ring finger now. So that's what you got so far. Pretty easy. Actually, the whole thing, if you break it into chunks, is pretty easy. So that's take the G string 5th fret and bend it up slightly, and you end on that D string at the 7th. Still not too difficult. And then that's G string 7 to 9. 7, 9. Then hammer on and off on this is all in G string. That's G string 5, 7, 5. That's D string at the 7th. So that's that same bend up slightly on the G string at the 5th fret. And then it's, so that's D string 5, 7. You hammer that on. And then on the A string it goes 5, 7. 5, 7, 3, 5, open. 5, 7, 3, 5, open on the A string. So the whole thing together is A string 7th, walk up the D string 5, 6, 7, back to A string 7, slightly bend up the G string at the 5th fret, back to the D at the 7th. Then on the G string it goes 7, 7, 9. Hammer on and off 5, 7, 5 on the G string. D string 7th. Bend up that G string slightly. Back to D string 7th. Five, 7 on the D string. 5, 7, 3, 5. Open A. Then Plant does his thing, it does that again. Goes through a couple of those, and then it modulates up to B, but this is how the B goes. Okay, so that one, when it goes into that part, you're on the E string at the 7th fret, which is that B note. It's exactly the same as the first one you did, except move everything up one string. And then the second part is, the meter of the second part is a little weird where it does the little turnaround. really got to put the record on and listen to it, because you got to get, it's the same patterns, but he's just doing the timings of them different. So you're doing the, instead of using the A, D, and G strings on this riff, you're doing the E, A, and D strings, but he doesn't do this part. He doesn't do all that stuff, but he does do. And then then it goes back into the A riff again. And that's that whole thing, right? So then it goes. So that's A, G. So you're doing an A chord. You're just hitting that G note. That's A, G, A, G, A, G, A, C, A. That's just a C. But you're not playing the whole chord. You're only playing those three. D, G, and B. So practice that, actually practice that for a good little while and you'll get the rhythm up. That is a G and some variation of a D. I mean, I suppose you could play it as, but to give it the full effect of the multiple guitars, I do it like this, because he's definitely got this going on there. Versions he actually does this on that last one, but do a like you're barring it, like you're playing a G at the second position G, not this G, but like as if you're barring it, but only the top strings of it. And I leave the E ring open. I kind of mute the E. I don't play the E string on this chord. Now that D thing is 4th fret on the D string. It's like you're playing a D like this, but don't play the E string at all. Ring finger on the D string at the 4th fret, pointer finger on the G string at the 2nd fret, and then middle finger on the B string at the 3rd. Now there's only one other part. After he does the... How's it go? Yeah. So that's an A, and then on the B string you're going on that third A string at the 3rd fret, the C note. That's C again. Just those 3 notes, the G, the D, G, and B strings on the 5th fret. Second time through he does, that's 4th fret to 2nd fret on the D string. So that one time he throws that in there. And then during the outro when he's doing the solo, he's just doing more of this. And that's all the parts of the song. You really should play along with it to get all of those and the order that they're in and all that other stuff. But piece those little bits together and practice them one little piece at a time, and you should be good. Good luck.